I'll tell you what I see so far. One thing I really like is you do try to apply the things that we talk about, which is good. Um, Still need to work a little bit on the whole like care less about winning thing, but that, like I said, that's a work in progress, and it is way easier said than done. Yeah, TF's pretty good right now. When I do play him, I win. I have a like 80% win rate on him, but I haven't been spamming him. He is getting nerfed this patch, I think. But anyway, one thing I really that you need to fix though, Rice Bunny, is how you need to realize how much burst damage you can actually do. So when you have your E, Q, and a Vital up, you do a lot of you can do a lot of damage very quickly. And there's times where the enemy laner. Oh, this guy brought Flash Ghost. I was wondering what the fuck. Okay. Wow, he started D-Blade. I mean D-Ring. There's times where you can do a lot more damage than you think you can do. So, yo, what's up, Adrian? Fiora enjoyer, nice. What a pig. What a pig. Checks out. Okay. So, listen, Rice Bunny. When you're going for trades like this against someone that like is gonna auto you on the way out, like pretty much any range champ, but this is important for melees too. So when you jump in, like this, you want to run here. You run into the brush, drop minion aggro. And like it makes them not able to see you to auto you, so they'll have to put a ward here. Which is good, because then they're wasting their ward early. But see, you're taking damage on the way out because of that. Also, don't hesitate to QCS in range matchups. Remember, like, look at your mana. You're full mana. So there's no reason not to, really. Like, you can Q that and, like, in a spot where he can't hit you. Like this one right here. Q. Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, so see right here? So you see right here where like you walked outside of the minion wave? Hold on, I'll show you. So you walk outside the minion wave like this, right? Watch what Kennen does because of it. That right there. So that's what you needed to be doing, like the entire lane. Like it's like it's the same in mid lane going against like an Ahri. You wanna like move outside the wave and then back in like preemptively to bait Kennen into throwing Q like that. You were tanking a lot of these, but you can easily bait it like that. And then like Kennen, that's his main damage. Because like you don't want to sit behind the wave forever. Yeah, that's the majority of his poke damage. You don't want to sit behind the wave forever because you do want him to use it. But that's how you bait it. Okay. Yeah, so like this. Look. Because you don't want to tank his Q, because not only is it his damage, but it gives him the passive stack. Like he stuns you and gets energy back, which is an important part. On 3 stacks. So he has the W auto every 5th attack. That gives a stack. The activation of W is another and then E and Q. So right here, look. This is where you want to move forward, and then look like this. Because he will throw it. Look, look, look. See? He'll do it every time. And he'll do it every time until you start baiting it so much, and then he'll stop, odds are, and then you get more freedom. Right? There we go. Into the brush. Good. That rains. Oh, he wasted Q. Good. Nice. That was good. Oh yeah, that was godlike, by the way. I thought that was really good when I saw it. I was impressed, but I needed to make sure you I needed to make sure you were doing this for the right reason. Because like it seemed like you didn't understand Kennen's kit that well. But if you knew you were at 2 stacks and he was going to try to pop the stun, then this is perfect. This is a great way of using your W. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, Adrian. Is Adrian still here? I wanted to tell both of you this, actually. Yeah, we'll look at the parry. Yeah. Kennen used to be Fiora's like main counter pick. This guy didn't go Doran's blade like he should, but so Rice Bunny, I feel like matchups where like Aatrox, ones where your parry, like in Aatrox matchup, you can parry all 3 of his Qs, right? I bet what would give you great practice is if we played 1v1 and you didn't level up your W. Because you're mental stacking yourself with it. I notice you mental stack yourself with your W, which is normal. That's a common issue people have. But because your W is not supposed to win you any matchup. It's not like it's not what's going to straight up win you a matchup. You can win all the matchups like without it, but that's just another tool, right? So like you shouldn't have that as like your main way of winning, if this makes sense, because I've noticed you tunnel a little bit hard on the W. And if you played some 1v1s with people in these matchups without W, then when you play it with W, you see what I mean? You won't be tunneled on it, and it's just another tool you have. But anyway, this was really godlike. That's fucked up too. To be honest, there wasn't much. So you actually couldn't take advantage of this any more than you did. But that brings us to another concept. Like, this was great, but do this when you have other abilities up. Like, you should do this when your E is up. Also, so it looks like if Fiora uses QW like this, even if she does it near a minion, it won't hit it. Interesting. But yeah, you should be doing this when your E is up. Then this is perfect. Either way, this was really good. Should pop your potion. Can't believe this guy brought Flash Ghost. He brought Flash Ghost and Fleet? What a pussy. In this matchup? What a pussy ass bitch. Look at him getting pushed in. Like a shitter. Okay. So, your brand pinged here. Alright? Alright, Papa. Your brand pinged here, and I noticed this when you were playing. Honestly, Rice Bunny, if you really want the best practice, like, you do seem very driven to, like, improve. It seems like that's your main thing, which is cool. That's why I like helping you. If you really want the best practice, I recommend disabling chat and pings entirely. Because pings, let's say your jungler pings and it's... Yeah, so I'm going to explain. It's going to make sense in a sec here. So, look, right here. your jungler pings that the enemy jungler could be there, right? And then you back off. Like, let's say the enemy jungler is there. But what about when your jungler doesn't ping that they're there? So, like, it makes it so you're reliant. Like, if you're just expecting mid to ping missing, right? Then you become reliant on it. Also, the other side of it is your jungler can ping here and the enemy jungler be nowhere near and you're wasting time. So basically, it's just like everything else in this game. You want to be able to rely on yourself entirely. Map awareness wise, ping wise, like it all needs to be reliant on yourself. So playing without pings will increase your map awareness, which is a extremely important skill. For example, someone like Dopa, comparing, like, my map awareness is pretty good, but someone like Dopa is, like, his map awareness is so much fucking better than mine. It's crazy. His map awareness is so much better than most players. Like, the skill ceiling of map awareness is really, really, really high. And it really helps. So, pings, so, like, basically anything that is enabled where your team can influence your decisions and what you do isn't very good. So yeah, I do recommend completely disabling everything if you're, like, you know, trying as hard as possible to get good practice. Because you'll get roamed on by the enemy mid, right? And you wouldn't see it coming, or the enemy support or whatever, and you'll be like, damn, like, I wasn't paying attention to that. Believe it or not, like, when I'm playing mid right now, the main things I'm tracking are, like, jungler and support. Like, I'll be paying attention to when the enemy support's going to recall. Can't catch all of it. But as a top laner, you normally only have to, you know, be tracking the jungler and where they could be. But anyway, yeah. Because, like, you shouldn't have backed off here at all, really. You should be looking to just, like, crash this wave, then drop a ward. You're not really gankable with this big wave. So, but your brand pinging, like, made you, like, affected you. Anyway. Wait. Damn, these shields fucked up. Okay. So, like, this is when you would ward, right here. After you crash, you could go over here and drop a ward, or you could recall. This would have been... So, also, right here when I said you want to just... Like, it's important that you crash this wave, this next one. Right here. It's important you crash this one as fast as possible, because you can't kill Kennen, you know, at the moment. And he has Flash Ghost. So you need to hard push this next wave so it's as big of a wave as possible under tower, so you can recall and get an item advantage and come back before he can do anything about it. That's, like, the downside of not having TP. So if he had Ignite, same thing. You can punish that way. But if you push slowly here, then he can kill some minions. It won't be as big of a wave. Does that make sense? You see, like, by the time you start your recall, the next wave's here. He's already hitting the next one. He'll start slow pushing here, but yeah, anyway. Double longsword. Not doing too bad so far. You're going to get to the point where you could kill him, though. Okay. See, see, by the time you got back, this wave's already huge and he's basically cleared. He's cleared it. If you did all of that quicker, push that wave quicker, went into the brush, immediately recalled, you could get back before he has this big wave and really put him in a bad spot. Because you could thin and then use your item advantage. Can't really freeze this because the wave's so big. So that was one of the moments you had a chance to... You could have TP'd for the same effect, but you don't even need TP if you do that properly. Anyway, so you start slow pushing here. Pushing a little bit too fast for my liking, like when it comes to trying to last it at the very last second, but could be worse. So right here is when I said, if you remember, I was like, ooh, maybe a slow push into dive right here. When I said that, you know, the way to do that is you have to get a chunk on him, right? So he did give you a chance. He did give you a chance, and you kind of took it right here. Look. I feel like you only took it because the Vital was there. The Vital doesn't need to be there to do this. But when you jumped in here like this, you need to go... You want to go further. You want to do more than that. Remember, because, like, the more damage you get here, the higher the chance you can dive at 6. or when you crash at 6. If you can get him to like 60%, you can dive for sure. So this is like what you need to be looking for, basically. You should have taken the whole... You should have used Q, like auto, E. You could even parry here for more damage and to slow his attack speed or whatever. Wait, how much does it slow? I cannot believe this overloaded ability slows movement speed and attack speed. That is absolutely disgusting. Nice champ. And 110 base magic damage. It shouldn't even do damage. Anyway. Could have got a lot of damage there. He needs to, at minimum, use E there. He has to use E. He didn't even use it because you didn't, like, do any, go in. And what you should do, like, the way you would execute this, is you would jump in with Q. So that's one stack he just hit you with. He just hit you with W, that's another stack. Now you would walk over to him and W, like, point blank. Because he's going to use E, and you would stun him in his E. Which is obviously a big problem for him. If he doesn't use E, then he doesn't use it. But that's the way that's what you'd be looking for, since you have 2 stacks. And if you did that and took him to 50%, lane's cooked. Then you dive after you crash, and it would be beautiful. Once I see you do something like this, once I can see you execute a slow push into dive like this, you know you're like, that's when you're gonna hit like a gestation. That's when you're gonna like go to the next level. That right there. It's you can't do it every game, but games like this, like they gave you a chance. That's you tanking the Q that I'm talking about. So you'll see you're gonna tank a bunch of Qs for no reason like that. And like, look, see? Look at this right here. See, like, he throws Q at you, and then he's just sitting here autoing. He's giving you a chance to get damage on him before this slow push. I know it's scary. I know it's scary to dive. But trust me. Like, think about it. This guy doesn't even have TP. If you slow push this into dive, he actually loses 5 waves. Because it'll slow push back to you as well. Like, the game's over. You'd be level 7 before he's level 6. You could even use a Smurf to practice this stuff. Need another Q there, because you're like standing outside the wave. But yeah, he's giving you lots of chances to poke him here before this dive. But yeah, you ate a bunch of Qs. Now it's not possible. So, because like I noticed when you play, you'll say stuff like, it looks like we're both just farming. He is making lots of mistakes for you to punish. It's just you have to see them and actually punish them. He is making mistakes. Then this right here. This right here, you could go in like... But like, if you look down here and like, Brand's half health, yeah, fuck that. Then you don't have to. Hi, Hylian. How's it going, brother? Hi, Psychotic Ghost. Hylian, when are you bringing me a VOD, bro? Don't be a shitter. Just bring me a VOD. Just make sure it's not on Sivir, please. Please make sure it's not on Sivir. I need to teach you how to play Sivir. My favorite part, when you were playing Sivir, is when you were walking into TF's abilities, thinking your E was up. You can just point out the VOD or send me the file through Discord. That works. At your level, having like the point of view is like valuable in some ways. Hi, Bringer. It's valuable in some ways, but it's not necessary. Okay. Tanking more Qs from Kennen. Look right here. Yeah, see? You have two stacks. This is a good time to like Q at him. All right, he's holding the electric auto here. Yep, footsies, nice. I actually do want to see a point of view VOD from you, Hate Watcher. Okay, so now the last thing I wanted to show you here. Hi, Fluffy. was when you had the chance to kill earlier. Oh, also, this was actually, this is another thing I want to show you. When you doing this in range matchups is fine. Like using W like this. This is where this is what the Fiora players this is where the nerf to Fiora is gonna affect you the most against range champs, because a lot of the time with Fiora you want to W like this, and then they don't have the attack speed to hit you on the way out. Yeah, we can hop in Discord, Hylian, when we review your VOD. Sure. Anyway, now let's quickly go to. Oh wait, I think there was something here I needed to talk about. So right here, when Brand was coming, I know you were a little bit overloaded mental stack wise. See, queuing in like this when Brand is about to be here is dangerous. Like you want to move over here, and because that will corral Kennen to move over here towards your Brand, and then you'll go in, pop your ult, and you guys could kill here. But you went in really early. You got kind of robbed right there though. And then like here, you should just be popping your ult and popping some vitals, because if you pop your ult there and he uses E or ult or whatever, you can survive pretty easily because you have minions in front of you and you have W. You're gonna get some healing from the vitals, and then he doesn't have these abilities to survive the Brand. Because see, you're just really behind on this play. This could turn into a kill. Because it's a little bit unrealistic to expect the Brand to land everything here alone, because Kennen has Ghost on. And Kennen didn't use anything. To be honest, Kennen could have just turned and tried to kill the Brand since he had all of his abilities, but yeah. So here, is this the spot I'm talking about? Yeah, you kept tanking Qs whenever he was diveable. Yeah, so you could kill here. Hi, Lentil. But I noticed so you were tanking Qs in the wave like this, and then right here you should just be crashing, then diving. But you dash in towards him with no minions in front of you or anything, and you have stacks on you already. So if you W'd here, that would work. Hi, Shadows. Sadly, Varus is getting hit with a pretty big nerf. If you W'd here, that would have been fine. But either way, you lost so much HP that, yeah, this isn't... Yeah, there's nothing you can do here with this little HP. Yeah. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to show you was you had a dive chance. Oh, yeah, you should always TP here, because he doesn't have TP. So, he's just trying to push and reset, so you should always TP there. You could have killed him. Or at least, you could have froze. There's a lot of things, but... Okay, so where's this dive potential? Thought the nerf... 2 base AD on Varus is, a massive nerf. The only reason he's as good as he is because the buff he got... Oh, I'll show you. Look. Patch history. Any ADC getting a base AD buffs or nerf is huge. So Varus, if I remember correctly, where is it? Yeah, right here. This change right here, like I said, Varus has been good for 2 years, and it's because when this happened, when they gave him this 59 to 62 base AD buff, I said he'll be good. I said he'll be really, really good, and that's what's made him good. It's that mainly. Because yeah, the rest of the stuff isn't very much. But that like Varus was like non-existent until that base AD buff. So it's not going back down to 59, but he's still losing 2 base AD, which is like I probably won't end up playing him that much anymore. So I don't think he'll be viable in mid, or I don't think he'll be super viable. Like that's gonna affect his AP as well. What the fuck? His double ward? Definitely don't need that, but all right, let's get to that spot I was talking about. Fucking Antichrist prior. Fuck that champ. I wouldn't say it's lazy entirely. It depends on the reason. Depends on the reason. It's not lazy if there's a reason for it. Like, to be honest with you, nerfing his base AD is a decent way to go about nerfing him at the moment, because it makes it so... Ooh, nice and fast Vital proc there. That was good. I remember that. Right here is when you could have dove him. So that was really good, what you did there. Now, you need to realize how much damage you can do to him. So, like, he's at 529. We could lab it. But if you have your E up with Q and there's a Vital on him, like, you can do that damage near instantly. That much HP. You can do that legitimately near instantly. So, you'll see kind of... Like, you basically cannot... You cannot let someone with this much HP when you're full HP, like, dissuade you from diving. Like, it's one thing if it's a Renekton, right? Because Renekton or Nasus, they get HP from ulting. Like, Kennen, you have so much HP, he has so little. It doesn't even matter what sums he has. He doesn't have any sums, but even if he did, he has to preemptively ult. He can't react to you because you're going to do too much damage. No one should ever live like this. We gotta fix this. Gotta fix this. Because you'll see here how much damage you do when you don't even go all in. Yeah, literally just Q auto E. Yeah, just Q auto E and he dies. And he's getting HP back from the red buff, so like you need to do that early. You need to do that right there. Look, you're gonna hit him with a Q. Look, that's how much damage just your Q did. That doesn't take into account Hydra, doesn't take into account Q, the auto into E reset, no parry, nothing. Not the crit from the second part of the E. Dude explodes if you just go in and use your full combo. Look, watch how much damage you do. Look at that. Look. Look at that shit. See what I'm saying? We can't be afraid to dive when they have that little HP. You'll be surprised, like more often than not, how easy a dive like that is. And like, what did you use here? Did you even use Hydra? No, you used W here instead of Hydra. Did you even use Look, I can't target Fiora because she's parrying. Disgusting game. And yeah, that's not even your second auto on the E. Like, you could even walk up and use the first auto, the slow on the E on the tower, and then use the crit on him. You have like a ton of different ways to just instantly delete him. Point is, moral of the story, this shit's gotta be fixed. Because having full HP and him have that little and like being that afraid to dive, big problem. He's getting away with murder. And then I think you end up... And then here, look. He's still diveable. But see, like, you need to focus on crashing the wave first, then going for these things. You're kind of like walking at him before crashing, so he's just chucking Qs at you. See, like that. And now you're dashing at him. Like, you need to get it under tower first. And then a little bit unlucky, tower, like, can barely grab you. But obviously this doesn't happen if you just kill him earlier. Alright. That's basically it for that. And then the other one was, Oh yeah, Malphite. This game was... Your Lilia died 16 times in 23 minutes. Damn, I can't report? I have to be in the game to report them? That's fucked up. A lot of players have the issue where they try to kill people before crashing the wave. It's a big problem. It's a really common issue. So this lane can be like a little bit annoying. It's not that bad though. Like Fiora handles Malphite better than most. You do want to remember that Malphite's passive shield comes up like after not taking damage for a certain amount of time though. Yeah, that parry was really good. Yeah, see, like most champs can't even do this right here. Okay. That was unfortunate. So this was really good. This parry was super good. And then, so like, it's okay that you went for this because now you know that doesn't kill at that HP. But you don't have to rush it. Now you can just do what we were just talking about: crash the wave and dive. But this is okay. It's okay to try that right there. It's fine. Yeah, Fiora actually handles Malphite pretty well. Playing Zed into Malphite, I get a fucking headache. It's so miserable. He does more damage than my entire combo with like 2 abilities. Without building any damage. Nice champ. Rather use W when you jump in like you did it before. You definitely should W right like that. You should definitely W when you jump in, but it's not the worst. Cause like, I don't know what Malphite's supposed to max in top lane nowadays. You hate to see it. The canceled autos. There's like 4 cancel autos there. That looks like me. Wait, did you not buy anything? I just realized. I don't think you bought anything. How much gold did you have on your reset? Yo. Explain to me right now why you didn't buy a refillable on this reset. I gotta hear this. Hit me with the logic here. Cause I gotta be missing something. If we ain't buying refillable on this base. I'll wait. I'm used to buying straight up longswords. Like, I was gonna say this in the previous VOD that you don't buy potions enough. Like both of these VODs you're against poke champs, Malphite and Kennen. So potions get way more value than normal. Potions are valuable all the way to like level, even like later in the game. Is it situational? Not really, no. Like once you have your full Hydra, you have plenty of sustain, but until then, potions are super valuable. You have to understand how much 100 HP actually can change things. This gives 200 HP, but point is, like, every little bit of HP can change scenarios. Like, I talk about this a lot in my VODs, like how important every little thing is because it adds up. Like right here. So like right here, you should have a refillable and it should be popped because this dude is almost diveable. You're going to hit 6 first. He doesn't have TP. He's almost diveable. But the lower HP you are, the harder it is. And you can You can, yeah, like, you can poke him under tower even without Q. You can walk up and auto him when the tower is just about to shoot. Boy. You don't have the mana to waste W like that right there. Look, see, look. Now, look at your HP. No potions. You don't have any potions. Now, what you should have done here, because you still had TP, was after you used, like, your last bit of mana and you crashed the wave, you should just recall TP back in and then dive him. Oh yeah, I remember you end up killing him because he actually is a bot and ults you from across the screen. Wait, I'm confused. Like, you're just wasting time here. This is just a waste of time. If you feel like you can't walk up and poke him and harass him and prepare him for a dive, then you should just recall and TP back in. Otherwise, you should be trying to get the rest of his mana. So you can, look, you're just barely, like, if you don't heal at all and he full combos you, he could probably just barely kill you. If you had a refillable and you use that, you're not in kill range in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, you should be trying to get the rest of his mana and then you TP back in and dive in. Yeah, see, like this? The fact that you're not TPing here is a big problem. This is a big, big, big problem. Because we know he doesn't have TP. He used it earlier. So you need to TP back in with full resources. Full resources, full mana, level 6, and now the wave's coming to you. He has to either overstay or take a bad recall. Like, you win the lane just from this right here. But if you let him, like, look, you let him crash the wave and reset, even though you have TP to prevent that. Big, big issue. That's a fundamental issue. He got away with murder there. Gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. Damn, he's just clapping ass with that W on, huh? You should have ulted him here, by the way. Yeah, like, see, look. So first of all, two things here. Well, two big things. One, like, jumping in right here. So he's only higher level than you because of what we just talked about. The fact that you're not abusing him by a slash box. That you're not abusing the TP advantage that you had. Other thing is, so, like, jumping in like this using W, that's fine. This little exchange here is fine. But when you, like, when he starts chasing like this, why didn't you want to ult him here? Why didn't you want to use your ult here? Couldn't proc it fast enough? Fast enough before what? Let me know when that DLC trailer is up. I do want to see it. Like, before he kills me? Well, that's why you need to use this. Like, remember, your vitals heal you. So it's even more important that you use this here. Like, you're going to have Q and E coming up here. So Vital, you proc one. Move to the side, proc another. You have Flash, worst case scenario. But the reason he killed you here is because you didn't use your ult. He can't kill you otherwise. You got to remember, like, Malphite, his main damage is his W. Well, he maxes Q, so it depends what he maxes. But, like, he has the poke from Q. But, like, he doesn't, like, he has, like, a little bit of poke and a little bit of burst. But that's really it. Like, look at his damage here. Like, he just barely had enough damage to kill you. And that's without you healing or doing, you know, using your ult at all. Also, if you had your potion popped, if you had a potion, because you did have 50 gold leaving base, or that refillable from earlier, he definitely can't kill you if that's popped. See, 100 HP makes a big difference here. See what I'm saying? So a lot of like fundamental errors. Wait, what? Would she live if she ate the vital? I mean, yeah, but is the D-Shield second wind okay? In the Malphite matchup? Yeah, sure. You don't need it in this matchup, but it's fine. It's not going to make or break the lane. You only really need D-Shield second wind in like range matchups, but... So right here, you had the right idea. Well, the thing is, if you ult right off the bat, he can... So look, we can look at it again. Like, you shouldn't ult here. Because then he just walks away. And you can't proc the vital on this side anyway. If you ult here. If he hugs the wall. So it's kind of a waste. But once he overextends a bit, like this... Now you pop the ult. This is when you pop the ult. And fight in your wave. Yo, what's up, Wooker Fox? I was hoping when I was watching this, I was hoping you were going to try to Q that vital. Because I knew his ult was coming. So I was hoping you were going to like accidentally dodge it by going to Q the vital. But anyway. Point is, potions don't save the ult. And then right here, so Malphite Q actually is reactable. Unironically, is reactable. And in this scenario, you had the right idea. But you either have to parry his Q, or, you know, like, have flash, or... Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, you had the right idea. Should have TP'd in, again. Like, you haven't TP'd yet, which is a problem. You should have TP'd in, because then, again, he'd be stuck trying to crash the wave, but... Yeah. Okay. Oh! Yeah, you always take a little bit too much damage, like, crashing the wave from some... Like, he was diveable there. What are you gonna buy here? Wow, he's a griefer. How? Wow, he's actually a griefer. Ah, you got robbed on that Q. I cannot believe that doesn't reach. That's gross. I cannot believe that didn't reach. But anyway, so the reason why this VOD is important is because, like I said, this game would have been really, really hard regardless, right? Because your mid's losing. I mean, your mid's not losing that bad. It's just like your jungler's actually running it. They've died 7 times in 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Like, game's really hard. But it was winnable. Like, your bot lane was winning. Your bot lane's winning. Your mid's like basically even because he's ahead in CS. So it is winnable. Especially because you can win the side lane versus Gragas and Malphite really easily if you're ahead. Especially since they're both magic damage. So, like, the only way to win really, really hard games like this is, like, you have to optimize. Like, the laning has to be good. Otherwise, it's really, really hard. So, because, like, this guy was... Again, just like with the other VODs we looked at, he is making mistakes. You just need to punish them. And, like, he kind of donates you a kill, I believe, in like 15 seconds. He just like ults you from across the screen. Randomly. I don't know. I thought you were getting ganked. It was such a bad ult from him. Oh, never mind. It's not here then. Maybe it's here? Yeah, I think it's right. Wait, is it right here? Yeah. What the fuck was this guy doing? I liked the reactionary W, like as you were queuing away. Alright, so if we look at your gold compared to his, that like made you guys even basically. Which means technically that means like you're winning in a matchup like this because if you guys are even, you win the matchup. You win the 1v1. You win the 1v1 even while behind a lot of the time. Even though Fiora got nerfed, like Hydra sustain got buffed, so I liked this a lot because your ult cooldown is lower than his. Sadly, he's a little bit tanky, but that now you want to keep trying to poke him here. And when you're playing Fiora, once you finish this, you can hit the tower in front of his face. It's not, you can't dive him here unless you get like a godlike read on his ult, because it's not possible to react point blank. But you can hit the tower in front of his face. He'll poke you a bit. You'll proc your demolish, and then the next wave comes and you heal all the damage you took, pushing it in, and then you rinse and repeat. That's what's really strong about the Hydra. Shit. Hi, Apocalyptic. So yeah, don't be afraid to hit the tower once you finish the Hydra. Okay, so this right here, this is what I'm talking about though, with how you kind of tunnel on your W a bit. Like, you need to think about the fact that, like, even if you W him here, like, it's not going to do that much for you. He's so close to tower, you don't have ult. It's not like you can turn this into a kill or anything. But your W is super important for if you get ganked. Or if you want to dive. You're not really going to be using it in every trade. Especially this late when you're just going to be pushing. So you need to like value your W a little bit more sometimes. How much does the mana cost? 50? It's just a big cooldown. Like if you get ganked, you can't. Yeah, like this. Look. Like, if you have W here, you're not killable. For sure. Technically, you're not killable anyway if you flash. Oh, nice. The Q just barely put you on the other side. But, like, you don't even have to flash there if you have W. And it's not like a hindsight thing either. It's just sometimes, like, you tend to use W kind of like the same way. When you go against somebody, you kind of use W the same way the entire time. Like with this, you've been QW, like instantly every time. But as the lane progresses, your W gets used less in trades and more for like important moments. Doesn't mean not to use it, but luckily this Malphite's a bot. They should dive you here every time. Wait, where's your W? Wait, did you just use W again? I missed it. Like this. Like, let's see where you use your W here. Like, see, this is really shit. Like, just to be blunt about it. Like, think about it. Gragas was just here. And even if Gragas isn't here, if this Rengar comes in ult's top and you don't have W, you die. But with W, you can survive the shit and outplay. But look, because that's probably why Gragas stayed. He saw you waste W and was like, oh shit, we can dive. And they can. Malphite can ult you here and you die. Luckily, he's a bot. If he ults you here, you die. You got to get more value out of W. And understand how important that ability is. Like, just having it makes it very, like, yeah, they can't even try this shit if you have W. Or you just outplay. Okay. Alright, and that's basically it. So basically, is it not good because Gragas would have come back? It's not good because, like, what can you even do from it? Look. Just like with the previous one, like, you don't have ult or anything, right? So, what can you do with this W? It's not like you have the mana to kill him. You don't have ult. You don't... There's nothing that will happen here. Even, like, let's say he ults here. Let's say he ults and you parry the ult. Still, you're not going to have enough mana to kill him anyway. Yeah, your advice is shit. Like, you wouldn't have enough mana to kill here anyway. Like, these are the W's I'm talking about that just don't make sense. Because nothing's going to come from them. Same reason I tell you, like, against Aatrox, sometimes, like, you don't need to W every trade. More the important moments where, like, it could turn into a kill. Or, like, a huge chunk because he's overextending with it. Like, thinking a little bit further ahead than just the small trade that you're going for. It's not worth for a really small trade like that unless you have the extra HP, have the extra mana. You know you're not killable. Right there, you actually should have died for it. Can't really ult him when he's full HP because he's so tanky, but basically, this VOD was important because it was winnable. It would have been really hard still, but, like, let me just tell you, like, when I'm playing on my main, and now that I'm going against players that are a little bit better, if the enemy top is Fiora and she's, like, wins lane, like, the game's so fucking hard to play. The amount of games I've lost recently where Fiora just 1v5s the game because she wins lane is just Thanos. Like, this is a thing that's been happening for years and years. It's always been like this. Fiora is just ridiculous when she gets ahead. So, even in hard games like this, if you didn't win lane, that's what you kind of have to take away from it. Like, you got to be like, okay, how was I supposed to win this lane and get a lead in snowball? Because it's 15 minutes in. You should have had this tower by now. You should have had this tower by now easily just by hitting it in front of his face, but you weren't doing that. And if he just ults you under tower, that's great. Because he can't kill you anyway. Alright, so we'll stop there. But yeah, I hope that all made sense. You're progressing. From what I've seen, you are progressing. But those things need to be fixed. Those more basic, like, fundamental things.